Jana.
So for Dinah, Rose.
We're waiting for Rose.
Yeah, Rose and Wiwi. So Mary, Rose, Wiwi, and Hannah.
Okay, here you
Yeah,
go.
three. Yan. There you go. Okay. So, Noel, continue your sharing.
Yeah. As I was saying before the Zoom ends, I have a lot of connections with different masters because of my work as the president of TWS since 2009. Uh, I have been into different places and different
Noel, excuse me, what is
yes.
TWF?
TWS is a Truth and Wisdom Society. It is a new spiritual organization founded in 1972 by an ascended master, and we met in 2009 or so, and I was appointed as president in 2009. I mean 2000 and yes, 2009. And we have been studying different religious scriptures, and of course, one of the guides that we have a constant contact with is Mahatar Babaji, as well as Sai Baba of Sai Baba and Satya Sai Baba. And there are a lot of messages that come that are actually coming from their abode in the ethereal in the etheric realm, and that's why I have a strong connection with uh, Hindu masters. That's so different, and one of the beautiful experiences that I've had is that whenever they share spiritual truths, even in different realms, it's actually very, very practical here. There is no such thing as impractical theories where you need to speculate with your mind, but rather, just like what our founder says, always that the teaching should always be anchored in the day-to-day lives of those who are going to hear. That's why I do believe that every teaching of the masters are always practical. Unlike what we are actually hearing most of the time with the, I hate to say this, but I have to blurt it out, of some of the new age gurus we have right now, that they are been into gobbledygook. And there's a lot of they tend to complicate the simplest things, as well as sending a mixed signal when it comes to spiritual development and the expansion of consciousness. And miracles, yes, miracles are actually always associated with the masters. Why? Because they are actually part and parcel of God Himself. Sometimes these masters, like Satya Sai Baba, Mahavatar Babaji, they are actually the energy of God personified. That's why if we're going to read the Gita and the Vedas, you will see that these people are actually part and parcel of God. They are, yes, they are a part of God because they had their own persons, but they are actually God himself or herself, because they are part and parcel of him. I hope that makes sense. That makes
It
sense.
does.
Correct?
Consciousness in human form.
Yes, and
Yes,
consciousness.
with their own personalities, and
Yes,
which is completely their own. Which is
yes,
that's what Mohanji says. I come as Mohanji.
yes,
I am not anyone else. Don't call me any other names. This is who I am. I will
yes,
go as Mohanji. And people
yes.
think, oh, he just came now and he's cruising around now and he's enlightened only in this birth. But when every time there's a revelation, you know, Mohanji told Stanley, I have been waiting for you for eons. That's why I go back to Stanley, because Stanley is like big wake up call for everybody. Because again, it's like if he says he's been waiting for such a long time, he's been here a long time. So consciousness comes in the body, like you say, Noel. And I love the way you expressed yourself and what you saw. I mean, in your Maitri experience with Pretty, it was so moving, so deep. It was so beautiful.
Actually, it's very phenomenal because um as a psychic also have been, to tell you honestly, I've been reincarnated here in this world for a couple of thousands of times, and I've been working where I have worked, and Joanna knows that. It's actually in our circles, it's an open secret, but I've been being very open right now to you guys because I know that you're actually my brothers and sisters, and somehow I've met you a lot. I met you in somewhere or in some place. Maybe not here on Earth, but in other distant stars. Maybe we have met in Vaikunta, or we have met in one of the flying asteroids,
Lemuria.
or what? Yes, Lemuria, or in Atlantis, where we have been. We
Yeah.
have we all have been, right?
Because
So
what she says, everyone is connected. So you're right.
yes, everyone is
Everyone is
connected.
connected.
It is also, it's actually, it is just our ego that separates us. It's actually our materialistic nature that separates us, because we have always identified our personality with our minds, or with our thoughts, or with our speech, or with our body. Okay, now you are Sandra Sankar, you are Wiwi Konlu, you are Joanna Maria Alias, you are Mary Rose. But actually, the soul in itself is actually nameless. Just like what the great Tao, if you are actually familiar with Taoism, the great
Yes.
Tao is actually formless, and yet he has form. He is nameless, but he has several names. Therefore, what actually very wonderful with the Maitri healing, okay, the Maitri healing session that time, it was very clear to me, and it's actually coming back to me where Mohanji is. Where did he come from? Specifically, he actually came from the mind of Shiva himself. And he is actually a living a personification of that energy of Shiva. That's why he is very, as you can see, a lot of photos and a lot of videos, that even the most vicious animals, they become very docile in the presence of the guru. Why? Because first and foremost, he is actually Shiva, but he is Mohanji at the same time. That's it.
What she says, for us to understand, no, he says Shiva is a state
Yeah.
of consciousness. When
Yes,
he's
it's a
in the
supreme
body, he's
consciousness. Yes,
Mohanji,
and,
right
yes,
here and now. So
and that's
the
actually the
time-space junction he shares with us is Mohanji.
yes,
This is how we get you interact with
yes,
him in the physical.
yes.
But
Because
once we transcend the state, then we meet him as consciousness.
yes,
So we
and
have
all of us, and all of us, if you are going to go back in the spiritual realm, all of us is actually a blob of light.
absolutely blobs. I love
Yes,
that.
we're just a blob of light, very pure energy, very pure consciousness. But if you want to
Yes.
see us if you want to see, for example, if you want to see Wiwi as in this form, I can describe her and I can draw her through her energetic signature. And you also, Sandra, I can see what actually. That's why it's very very critical for the Filipino family of Mohanji to go there to Shirdi and to meet the Guru himself. Why? Because the blessing, I called it a boon. Okay, the blessing that we're going to get will definitely make a reverberating positive effect in the entire archipelago here in the Philippines. Because the Philippines has a very strong connection with India, particularly Shirdi, in different energetic sections there. For thousands of years, the ancient Filipinos are actually not only they have had a trading an economic relationship with India, which is a very very ancient land, but they are actually strongly connected with the what to call this with the spirituality. That's why we have Devatas or the Devatas that actually the Devatas. That's why we have in Mindanao you're going to get their very ancient statue of the Tara, which is actually one of the epitome of the Shakti. See, you can see the connection, but now we should also focus on our also own development under the grace of the Guru. And I'm so very very happy, and I'm going to repeat it again without I know this we're going to be just like a broken record, but just like what I said to Joanna, my dear sister Joanna, you are so very lucky that you already met the Guru that we're going to give you the graces and the blessings despite of all of the the craziness that we have done in the past, because that's actually my hands are shaking because of the energy, because it's actually very very this is very very an opportune time. This is a very auspicious moment. We need to grab it in the hand.
Yeah. Yeah. What you always says, don't get left. It's like, the bus is going fast, or, just hold on. Don't let go. He's got us, and he's holding on to us. But it's also for us to hold on, because we have free will. You have free will. And are you ready? That's, I think we passed Are You Ready? Right? So we're on the bus. Just stay on the bus.
Yes.
That's all. Moji's taking us, and it's a ride. It's like it's a dimensional shift. There's a lot of things happening. Noel, don't you get that feeling? And Stanley, please contribute to this conversation.
Yes.
I want to know from you guys. Don't you feel? Am I just the crazy one? I feel
No, it's just normal.
No.
It's just normal.
We're all doing it.
Yes.
Sandra, I really hold on to the things that I have received and the experiences that I have experienced. Once Babaji told me that you must meet Mohandi in Shirdi before 2025. It remained in my heart until now.
How long ago was that, Stanley?
Remember, Sandra, that was 3 weeks ago. You were here.
Oh, you mean talking about this? Okay, you're talking about. Okay, all right.
Before.
Okay.
That was after my birthday. That was after my birthday.
Okay. So a lot of things are happening fast for you, Stanley. It's like it is like they just press the button, and now you're awake. You're aware of all your deadlines. You know what you have to do. They already told you. Mohanji told you. This is it. It's time. When you wrote that, we're just reading your account. It's written at such a high level. The communication, the words that you use is not just mundane. It is empowered. You know, as I read that, I had this. Pretty would tell you, Pretty Juggle, guys, last time when she read Stanley's account, she was shaking, she was shivering, and she was, you could feel the energy.
Yeah.
I was gone. When I read that, I was like, oh my gosh. And then comes Noel. Oh my goodness. I mean, guys, things are happening really fast. Mohanji, Philippines is real. It's like all the masters are conspiring to actually make things happen in the Philippines. And you know what? It's always stuck in my mind that Mohanji said December there's a shift coming. He didn't say it's a huge shift. What's going to happen? Nothing. He said there's a shift coming. And I get the feeling that when we are in Shifty, things are going to happen.
Yeah.
So it could be that I don't like to speculate. Just leave it to Mohanji to handle it. It's
Yes.
mind deviates and you go and you get distracted into a fancy and all kinds of things. All kinds of whimsical notions come up. Don't waste time. Just leave it to Mohanji and just flow with it.
Yes.
I-
If you were going to read my another blog, I actually wrote another. I have received a message yesterday, and I wrote it in my blog on Medium.com, and it says that beginning today, beginning actually yesterday, the 27th, until December, actually the end of December, there were going to be a large energetic shift, and it will going to unfold and going to unravel everything, even the illusions that we have had, especially when it comes to religion. Um, Spirituality will be on its another, what to call this, developing stage. There is no
Dimension.
yes, it's not actually not this is not about dogmatism. It's all about spirituality, genuine in its pure form. It's a purest form, which is actually the connection. Our connection with God will definitely become stronger once that we
So would
have
this happen? Forgive me
uh
for interrupting,
yes,
but I just need to understand. Are you talking about December that's
yes,
coming up?
yes. It's actually a huge shift. The really organized
Because
quote
I'm thinking,
yes, quote unquote organized religions will need to
wow.
overhaul, or else they will die.
Mhm.
Because everything,
Wow.
every religion has its own mystical teachings. It has its esoteric part. Therefore, we need to focus on the spirit, not on the speculative mind, because doctrines and dogmas are just in the mind. These are actually
Yes,
forms of control. Therefore, we need to
I
liberate
got it.
ourselves. We need to liberate
Right.
ourselves from the shackles of superstitions, and those are actually gobbledygook. Those are actually hula baloos inside religions. And I'm very very confident that what will happen in Shakerdee will definitely make a lot of changes, not only to Mohanji Philippines but also elsewhere, because all of us are actually in the mission.
Mhm.
Although I may not be physically there, but I know that those who are actually sensitive with the energies will know that I will be there.
Yeah. And I would like to add to Debbie's beautiful commentary when he said, if there's one person that gets liberated, it will
Yeah.
have a ripple effect with all of us. So it's like a very momentous event. And she said that she's very excited to know what will happen to us in Shirdi. She's really happy, and she said that she had the goosebumps, and she also told me that I need to share a Noel story. I hope, Sandra, that they will also post Noel's revelations and vision, because that will tie
If
up.
I don't see it, I'm going to post it. And when I post it, it goes worldwide and they get upset with me because it doesn't go into Mohanji. I work too fast. And sometimes, when everything moves fast for me. I can't slow down. And I do find that they sometimes battle to keep up with what goes out. So I feel I'm just giving them out of courtesy that time. And because you would see that with the request for funding, I did indicate from a quote of Noel's write-up, and he's got now another one coming through, which we can't wait for. But I put a quote there and I said, to be revealed soon. That means if they don't put it out, I'm putting it out. So it's just go, 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 go. No time. No time. Already, Hannah, Sean Day Mansour from South Africa contacted Hannah to say, I got accommodation for you in Shifty already.
Wow.
And she's been speaking to. Isn't that so, Hannah?
See? It's very fast.
Yeah, that's very.
Within minutes of it going out. But remember that the power behind everything is Mohanji. Is energizing everything. I feel that all of this is a big Leela. Yes. Have you been speaking to Sean, Anna?
Yes. Yes.
Already. It's flowing.
Definitely.
Definitely. Everybody here, the shift will happen.
Yeah, I guess so, because actually I don't know
didn't get that.
what's going to happen. I surrender everything to the Almighty God. And somehow I have that thoughts of how would I associate Mohanji to the Almighty God. So sometimes, what is it? Parang it's just like, but I believe in Mohanji. I have so many, but it's just like he's pulling me into the group, bringing me to there from from somewhere that I am so, I'm nothing. That even the terms that you're using here, the chakras, the many terms, I don't know. I cannot understand yet, but still I can relate, because I guess the spirit is within.
No.
Yes, I believe in that.
Because Anna, you're not just Anna now. This is just one birth. We're talking about a measure of hundreds and thousands of lifetimes. It's like, again, Stanley gives us this glimpse that he's taken so many lives. And Mohanji, for the first time in this past year, he's been talking about beings that come from different dimensions that get stuck on Earth, that get deluded by Maya, which is the mind. So, Stanley, you've had a huge wake-up call, darling. There's no more going back to sleep, right? And please be more, we want to hear from you, because if you shine so much, we want to get some of the shine too, right? So, you have something to say, please, feel free to express yourself. And we're blessed to have Noel, that he's able to express himself so freely and able to share and also bring us up to speed. He has a gift of so many siddhis that are active, which are, we are just coming online in a way, all the activations are happening for us. But I could see with Stanley and, well, Joanna, definitely, we definitely. Dinah, yes. You just got to realize that you come to that point and you think, mind, step out of my zone. And then you know who you are. Pure consciousness embodied. Because Mohanji says always, we're a mirror. He's a mirror and we are it. He doesn't tell us we are more, we are less. We're all the same energy. It doesn't matter what language we speak. It doesn't matter where we come from, what we look like, what the color of our hair is. It doesn't matter. We are all consciousness. We're light, blobs of light, just like Noel says it so beautifully. Blobs of light. sunbeams of the sun, that great sun, consciousness. And we're entering, aren't you guys feeling it? Aren't you getting as excited as I am? I'm not scared of it.
Yes, Sandra. Very
I'm
It's
much.
so
so-
very, very excited actually. I'm more than excited. I am elated actually.
We all are.
Excitement is not the proper word. It's actually elation. It's actually something that is actually deeper. Because as I can see, I know that a few of you are actually having some vivid dreams, visiting different planets right now. Sorry, I'm such a dream walker.
You're going to
And
say who? Say like few.
Stanley has also a prophetic dream, and lately Joanna is actually receiving some messages. I think that she still figures it she still figures it out. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be in this group, and I'm so happy. And actually, me and Joanna are actually preparing for the revival of Truth and Wisdom Society, and we want also to incorporate the teachings of Mohanji there, because it's
Yeah.
very, very important. It's very, very critical. To have just the living master, because so of course every master is actually living, despite that they're already transition. It's only the body that dies. It's only the body that dies, but the consciousness is
It's
not. The soul, the spirit
into
soul is
another
not.
room.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
because inside the body we're very limited. We get sick, we get old, we get ugly, we have a lot of problems. But when we are, but we when we faced, but we when we face our death, I think I know this kind of morbid for some, but if you're going to be dead tomorrow or today, which I wish not, because you are still going to share deep. You are going to meet.
Oh yeah.
You are going to meet the super consciousness, the super soul, face to face, and he will said to you, he will say to you definitely, welcome home.
Mhm. Wow.
That's actually what we want to do.
Yeah.
To be liberated in the cycle of this of birth and death, which is very painful.
Mm.
Do not I don't want to reincarnate in other plants again.
We all
But
want to finish this
yes,
finish of
Yes.
this life.
but according to my guides, oh no, you are going to uh get birthed again here on
Again
earth,
and
because
again.
you have
To assist.
missions. Yeah, you have mission.
Yes.
Sometimes I want to say I'm tired, but
Mm.
Yeah,
I am
okay.
I'm an instrument of the God. I'm also an instrument. All
And
of us are actually instruments of God.
what Noel said was true.
Oh,
Sometimes we get rebirth not because of karma, but because the masters wants us to assist in this world again and again.
Again and again, until every single
Yes,
soul
Can,
be
can
is
I
liberated.
share?
liberated.
Can I share something?
Yes, Tita Dinah.
I I think I mentioned in my I don't know, in one of my texts, that originally, because of my brother who became a Buddhist monk, I learned so much from him about Buddhism. And one of the things that's why I don't advocate for me. I'm speaking for myself about ending this as my last cycle. That's not my goal, because I want to be a Bodhisattva. The Bodhisattva is the one who wants to return, because one of the prayers of Shantideva is, I will not transcend until all beings are. I mean, as long as there are people left behind, I would like to be reincarnated so that I can help them. That's the Bodhisattva's prayer that I have been in my head. I have been wonderful trying to I'm trying actually to look for the actual prayer of Shantideva, which has been we pray that every night with my husband, the Shantidiva prayer. And it always tells me that I need to come back no matter what, because I want to be able, as long as there are people, living beings behind, that it's, let me just, I just found it. Specifically, it says, let me read it, the Shantidiva prayer. May I become at all times, both now and forever, a protector of those without protection, a guide for those who have lost their way, a ship for those with oceans to cross, a bridge for those with rivers to cross, a sanctuary for those in danger, a lamp for those without light, a place of refuge for those who lack shelter, and a servant to all in need. For as long as space endures, and for as long as living beings remain, until then, may I too abide to dispel the misery of the world. So, for as long as space endures and for as long as living beings remain, I would like to return to help to dispel the misery of this world. That has always been in my head. That's why I went into the profession that I went, because I wanted to dispel the misery of this world. In many ways, that is still my ongoing kind of the Siva that I could not directly help. For some reason right now, my Siva is indirectly through people by sending them help, but they're the ones doing it. And every time they send me back pictures of what they have done, I feel that I also was there, even if I'm just looking at the pictures of, you know, whatever I send them for help. So it's all indirect. Like right now, I indirectly help some, so you can go to Shirdi. But I also feel that even if I'm not there in spirit, I'm there with you. And my only request from them is to bring me an udi and a white shawl that would be given for blessing from Mohanji, because I plan to do the same thing that you're always wearing a scarf, Sandra. I would like that every time I do my meditation, no, seriously, every time I do my meditation, every time I do my mantras, my walking, I would like to have a white shawl, or it's a shawl, or whatever it is that I'm wearing, that has Mohanji's energy on it. And Joanna also promised me that she made me I had handmade mala made by Joanna. Although I'm attached to my mala now, my husband has the same mala that we ordered from India, but because it is kind of drawn from the hands, the loving hands and the intentional hands of Joanna, and also to bring it to Shirdi, I feel that when she comes back and she finally gives it to me, that it will be also as powerful as if I've been in Shirdi.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we said, I'll get you a book signed by M. Wow.
Yay.
Oh my God, thank you very much.
Yeah,
I may
wait,
not also be in Shirdi, but definitely
will,
my spirit will be there.
I will bring Noel too, a book from Sai Satcharita signed by Mohanji.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to coming home.
I'm looking forward.
By then, you all have the entourage from Shirdi. You'll be back home, and I'm really excited. I'm a little bit curious what's gonna happen in my beloved motherland, because even if I have been in the US for 45, 46 years, my heart is always in the Philippines, and I plan to really retire there in due time. Even if, you know, this is perfect because all my kids and my family are here, but this reading today is perfect. Your mother, your father, your children, you know, I cannot be attached to them and be here. I would like to, as a mother, to be here with them, but to my desire to liberate myself and to work with the Mohanji group is more compelling to me. I'm sorry, I don't want them to hear this. Of course, they won't hear it, but they're not as second. They're not second priority to me. But my priority is my consciousness. It should be
That's noble.
there.
That
Yes.
is beautiful. Yeah.
Dinah, that's how it's supposed to be. It's noble because there's two types of karmic impact on our lives, our experiences. We have pralab, which is what we bring from past lives, hundreds, thousands, whatever. We choose the dynamic. We bring it, right, to experience in this life. But okay, like I said before, sorry, I'm choking. But there's also what we bring from family to this life. So when you get blessed and you get to that space, Mohanji blesses everybody, the entire lineage. And you would find the blessings extend to your loved ones, your dogs, everything. Even if it's you have people that are adopted in families, they all get blessed because they're part of that lineage. We are also family. Do you know? We do not have the same parents, but we're all family. We are related at soul level. Our lives are intertwined too many times. And that configuration had brought us to this. Mohanji, I love to use that term always, time-space junction. A critical, there's that word again in my head. Time has reached critical mass. There would be that shift that Noel spoke so eloquently about just now. That shift is a dynamic shift because, again, Stanley, Mohanji said the time is now. And trust me, I'm just excited. I'm really jumping out of my skin. I don't care, like I said, what's coming, but boy, I know everything will be good just because Mohanji is there. And all the masters, that we've been connected to through our lives, they're all the same energy. They all will be present, and humanity is going through such an important shift. And also, let me just remind you guys, go and look for the land. If you heard what Pretty G said, just go and find the land. Where would you like it to be? Find it.
Near
Make
a
sure it
water
has that
source.
No, we will
Near
ask.
a water source.
Yeah, we will ask
water source.
Mohanji. We will ask Mohanji when we go there. We will ask for his blessing, and maybe he will pinpoint to us which part of the Philippines we're going to build the first center.
Inner
So
guidance.
yeah,
Ask your inner guidance. You don't always need him to actually articulate anything. When you start feeling Mohanji, guidance comes. You don't always have to get a WhatsApp from him to say blessings. He's present.
Yes.
Do you know I always have this switch. Sandy, you get that? I mean,
Ate
you guys
Ina.
feel it. The energy
Absolutely.
shifts. You can feel Mohanji listening. He's here.
Sandra, last night, I shared something with Joanna while I was at the Self-Realization Fellowship Center yesterday. So after our meditation, when I was praying to Babaji, when I was about to pray and to ask his blessing, um, before I even uttered my mouth, I received this thought impression that said that you don't need to ask for a blessing. Your endeavor in Shirdi is already blessed by the masters. When he said masters, I know this is connected to the lineage that Mohanji brings.
Yes.
So everything that will happen and is about to happen, it has been already blessed. So